what
But
they say? They say I was in Sedona and we went at night. My husband Josh took us on, we had military goggles. We went on a tour where you could see the ships in the sky, the spaceships. They say that they land on crystal to recharge. So if you're seeing crystals on your mountain, that's probably a charging dock for things you
wow,
can't
cool.
see. Yeah.
I have those glasses. I'm gonna have to try that because
Yeah, it
we've
has to be
seen.
military grade.
Oh, it has to be military. How do you get those?
They're like 20 grand a pop. They're
Oh
not
my
cheap.
gosh, they're
Yeah.
not. Yeah,
Next time you get paid from the Board of Ed, you can.
I'll get some military grade glasses. Yeah, let's hope that's soon.
But before we get started, folks, make sure you hit the pause button. Okay, go down below. There's a Rumble link. Go over to Rumble and follow us over there. QFS1776.com is without question the holy grail of what's to come. Okay, t-shirts. You got to get yourself decorated. This way, people will ask you, what is XRP? What is the quantum financial system? What is this? What is that? And you send them where? To QFS1776.com, where they need to immerse themselves because we're going to burn down this system down to the ground. And out of the ashes will rise the phoenix. There'll be nothing to go back to. Believe me when I tell you that. Also, our Telegram groups down below. If you want to learn what's coming and you're sort of a little scared, I understand. Believe me, I was there too at one point. And if you need more than $10,000 worth of XRP or $1 million worth of XRP, you come see me. Send me an email at QFS1776 @gmail, and we'll get you as much as you want. Gold and silver. Welcome to CarminesGold.com. Don't waste not even a second looking. Cheaper prices just don't exist. How important is it for you to own gold and silver right now? What does it mean to me personally? There's an economy that's about to crash beyond what words can explain. In 5 words, I'm going to educate you on gold and silver. Are you ready? You need to own some. Simple. Well, guys, it's a blast from the past. We're here with 2 OGs from, way, way back. Man, I remember Gilla calling me in the middle of the night when she got scammed, and now she replenished her XRP. She's a killer dentist over there in Long Island in New York. And so if you guys need some dental work, get in touch with Gilla. Give
Thank
you
you,
a
Mel.
plug there. And Guru, man, it's been a long, long time. And all the signs right now are all pointing towards Nasara Jasara, even though we are convinced that that is not what they're going to call it. As a matter of fact, we've pretty much convinced that they're not going to call it anything at all. But you know what? I got proof. I got big proof. I'm going to show you guys. I want you to share this with your audience. And it's important too, because, you know, you cannot not deny that this definitely coincides with the document number 9. As a matter of fact, let me stop sharing for 1 second and then make sure I have the actual, share sound. Okay, bingo. And now we can do that. All right. Can you guys see my screen? Let me know.
Yeah.
You can. Okay, great. Fantastic. Well, I just found this. This is big news. I mean, New York Times. I mean, you cannot argue with the New York Times, right? Trump flirts with to basically get rid of income taxes altogether. What do you know? I think that points to Nasara Jasara, doesn't it, guys?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Right? Uh, when I say God talks to me, he doesn't talk to me in my head. He talks to me here. And a lot of people have seen this picture many, many times, but I'll blow it up for the audience. There's an XRP logo right in the sky, and right next to it is, wouldn't you know it? The face of God. Right there. Right there. You see it?
Looks like the Rebbe.
Yeah. Yeah. If you were to actually Google the Shroud of God on Google, it's that picture. Exactly what that is.
That's incredible.
Yeah, that
Pretty
is
pretty
incredible
cool.
stuff. Um, Here is me cornering none other than I'm sure you guys know who 107 is.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
basically said, listen, I got video of Donald Trump saying we got to get in the race for flying cars. So I'm so tired of scraping the earth like a turkey driving in an extension of a Model T Ford, right? With 4
Mhm.
rubber tires with a lot of electronics on board. That's how they keep us entertained, by the way, right? Got to keep you engaged with all the, heated seats, and it's got vibration seats, and it's got, air conditioning and dual exhaust and all the nonsense, right? And they keep you grounded on planet Earth. But this is a very interesting video. I think you guys will love this.
We have to beat Russia and China on the flying cars. There's going to be some advanced technologies that are coming through Trump, and he's quoted on camera saying, I got the video.
Nixon wrote the formula over unity energy production that went all the way back, not just Tesla, but other stuff that we had and captured post World War II. He wrote the formula on the agent from his Houston project. He ran his own intelligence service because he couldn't trust the FBI or CIA, and wrote it right on the guy's body, taped it up, and sent him over to Kissinger. Why'd he do that? Because Kissinger was David Rockefeller's personal lapdog. And why'd he do that? Let him know that he'd hidden that formula in a couple of places, right in the White House and another location, to be released at a later time. And that was the threat if they tried to convict him or do other stuff. He knew that being a disruptive technology, that it would take America off the rails. And say, well, he was just doing it to protect himself. No, it would have taken America off the rails. But it was a threat because the Rockefeller Enterprise, Standard Oil running Saudi Arabia, Aramco, Arab American Oil Corporation. Okay, well, we know what the Arab side of it is. What was the American side? Standard Oil, Rockefellers, and energy flow out in the world. Nixon had the formula then. We know what can be done. Trump's going to dial it in. Remember, Nixon gave Trump a lot of stuff. Trump is actually Nixon's message in a bottle to the world.
Yeah,
And
I know that to be a
many
fact.
times, okay?
Yeah.
Yeah, and by the way, over Trump's left shoulder in the Oval Office, if you look, there's a letter there, and it's from Pat Nixon to Trump several decades ago. And the letter says, I hope someday you decide to run for president. I know if you do, you'll win, and you will be a great president. Nixon gave everything that he knew to Trump, including what he needed to go after the 5 families in New York. That's why Rudy Giuliani is so important, because Rudy Giuliani prosecuted him. Who was the unnamed source on a lot of the stuff? Came from Trump, okay? There's a lot going on here that will take decades to come out, that people will be writing about for a very long time.
Yeah.
But yeah, anyway.
Well, when you said over unity, I just want to clarify. I know that most of the audience understands what over unity technology is. Over unity is free energy technology. It's coming. Not maybe 100 trillion%, and we're supposed to live to be very healthy for a very, very, very long time. All of the poisons in the food, hopefully they'll bring in.
Well,
maybe RFK is going to be the guy that's the czar, so that we have clean food, no more glyphosates and no more Roundup, and organic is going to be the standard, or 100% organic.
Yeah, I mean, it's not just the cleanness of the foods, but also what goes into the food chain. There's certain foods in the oils and the seed oils and things like that that really aren't the best. But that's not the government's fault completely.
No.
It's the people's fault. And so we're going to have to train ourselves to think more in terms of raw. And then some of the stuff that's out there is actually, as you get more into it, you understand that maybe these things aren't as good for you.
So can you imagine, I mentioned the fact that, the over unity is free energy technology. Well, if you got free energy technology on your car, won't you have it also in your home? Won't you have it at your dentistry practice, Gila? Won't you have it in the desert over there, Kabbalah? Of course you will, right? And this is months and months and months. RFK was still running against Donald Trump. I call the fact that RFK should be the food guru. And guess what? Not only do we get Nassar Jassar right, we get the fact that RFK is going to be the food guru, okay? I mean, I can look, government, okay, efficiency czar. This guy comes in. Donald Trump comes on the air. I'm going to stop sharing, and I'll share it again in a second. Donald Trump comes on the air, and he says, we're going to chop the federal government down by 50% for starters. And he says the word starters with an emphasis. Then he brings in the government efficiency czar, Elon Musk. He says, we're going to cut the spending by $21 billion a month. I think we just went from 50% down to 70%. That's starting to sound a little bit like Nassara and Jassara. Right? I mean, I could bring one after the other after the other. I'm not going to bore you. And I sent this video to you specifically. I'm going to play it for your audience because everybody needs to know about this, because when the pizza guy talks about 6,000 patents, 6,000 patents. What do we? Oh, yeah, that's also written in the document, Nasara and Jasara, right?
Yeah.
Maybe it doesn't mean nothing when Gabala Guru says it. Maybe it don't mean nothing when a dentist from New York says it. And maybe it don't mean nothing when a pizzeria impresario says it. But shit, when a guy that's worth $600 million says it, I think it's got some meaning, right? And we're going to play that for the audience right now. And I think you remember this video.
Next one's going to be a little bit weird. You may even pause the video to want to Google this to say, this can't be right. In 1951, the U.S. enacted the Invention Secrecy Act. What is that? Allows the government to legally classify and keep certain inventions secret if deemed a threat to national economy or security. What could be a threat to national economy? If you're able to figure something out that's 220 miles per gallon, you think it affects the oil industry a little bit? Maybe. Inventions under a secrecy order cannot be discussed, exported, or sold outside of military channels. Violations of secrecy order can result in imprisonment for the inventor. Over 6,000 patents today are kept by the U.S. government in secret. They didn't allow the people to go out there and sell it. I wonder what those 6,000 patents are. A lot of people want to be like, when you become a president, I want to go to Area 51. A lot of us capitalists want to find out what these 6,000 patents are.
Okay, you remember me sending that video specifically to you, Gilla, right?
Yeah, I sure do.
Okay, so again, this is another anomaly that you go and you compare it to the Bible, which sits at number 9 at QFS 1776 in the video column. Number 9 is not a video at all. It's the actual original document of Nasara Jasara. It says 6,000 patents. Gee, now a guy that's worth $600 million is talking about that. Now, you know, he's not stupid. He said, 250 mile an hour, carburetor. He knows we got flying technology. He'll come out probably in 6 months and talk about that, and I'll send you the video when he does. Okay, here's Donald Trump talking about taking the taxes away from senior citizens. Okay, senior citizens are paying taxes on their social insecurity. Okay, another anomaly that points towards Nasara and Jasara. Okay, here, and the IRS. This is an incredible video. You guys must watch. Okay. If you punch in NDIRS, it'll come up. Here's another one. Let's see what it says. Trump, eliminate income tax. Okay. How would that impact you? Are you retired? Another one. Okay. Here's a video that is absolute must watch. And this video here was put out maybe 5 months ago, 6 months ago. He did 2 versions of this. This version should have been more popular than the first one. Unfortunately, it's not, and it should be. So if you guys go in, and I believe it's either Moon Lambo, let me find out which one it is. It's either Moon Lambo or Working Money Channel. That's it, Working Money Channel. You guys go find that video, and you'll find it, okay? Here is another thing that is a 45-second video that will leave people flabbergasted, and we could put it to rest once and for all. This is what? Official military documentation, okay? And listen very carefully. It's 45 seconds long. Listen very carefully to all you naysayers saying, oh, med beds don't exist. Bullshit.
Within the 2023 defense budget is something very interesting indeed. Within these documents is a proposal for something they are calling rapid healing for warfighter injuries. That is technologies that can rapidly accelerate the restoration and repair of complex tissues. The document goes on to say the program will develop approaches that combine high-resolution biosensors to track the healing process in real time with bioactuators to stimulate restoration, where and when they are needed. This sounds very much like the concept of medbeds, a technology shown in movies like Elysium that can heal any illness or disease.
All right, and there's the document. Guys can go look up that document for yourself. You can read it for yourself and come up with either heads or tails, right? Here's I'm sure a lot of people may or may not know who this lady is, but I believe, if I'm not mistaken, I think she was married to Donald Trump. All right, and I'm sure you know who you know who she is.
So grateful I made it here. EES room. Oh my gosh, going into a deep, deep rest. It's been a crazy 24 hours. Sending lots of love. Check online. and see if you can find an EES room near you. The science is incredible. The deep DNA healing is amazing. And the rest is just gonna keep me speechless. I'm going speechless soon now, any minute now. Bye.
Okay, there you go. And we have the technology right now that proves beyond a shadow of a doubt, third-party verification. A client came in from Key Biscayne, Florida, and she went and did she went and did a before and after. Her brother came in, had 2 strokes, prostate, that word that starts with a C, ends with an R, that we're not allowed to mention because somebody believes they own that word, not for long. NFL, not for long. Okay. And I could tell you emphatically that we have documentation, telomeres that are going the other way. They're getting longer. If the telomeres are getting longer, that means your life is getting longer. If your telomeres disappear, that means you disappear. And we have it in spades. You could call the independent lab and say, is this true? Is this person came in and stayed in our center for an entire month at night, overnight, and her telomeres went from 8.29 to 10.31. Huge life extension technology. Guys, I'm not going to steal the show. I want you guys telling me what you guys saw. Is this real or am I delusional? Does Mel Carmine get a clean bill of health today?